All right, Fox News alert, another developing story for you. Tensions running high over Iran's nuclear program. A senior official saying it will not suspend its enrichment of uranium, calling it a, quote, red line for the Islamic Republic. This despite Secretary of State Kerry claiming that now is the best chance in a decade for a nuclear deal with Iran. Meanwhile, the Senate is holding off on a vote to impose new sanctions on Iran until after Thanksgiving. There's a lot to talk about with Ambassador John Bolton, former U.S. ambassador to the UN and Fox News contributor. Ambassador Bolton, thanks so much for being here. Where are we with this negotiation at this hour?
Well, the talks in Geneva are still going on. This is the second day. They're scheduled for a third day tomorrow. I'd have to say it's a little surprising to me they haven't signed this deal. I think the Obama administration is desperate to get it done, but there are obviously still areas of disagreement, and we'll have to see if perhaps, contrary to my expectations, they don't get a deal and the talks break down again as they did 10 days ago.
Is Iran going to agree to suspend uranium enrichment?
No way, no how. Look, this program on Iran's part has been a weapons program from the outset. Uranium enrichment is absolutely the long pole in the tent on a weapons program. They will never agree to suspend that. The issue, I think, is whether the West will say something about it or will just try and cover this issue up for purposes of this agreement. I think Iran could live with that.
Secretary Kerry, as we just said, calls this moment, quote, the best chance we've had in a decade to roll back Iran's program. Is he right?
No, it's a fatuous remark. Look, the Iranians are not going to roll their program back. They're prepared to make superficial concessions in order to get the economic sanctions eased at least a little bit. That, I think, is still the shape of the deal that will exist. But, you know, last week Secretary Kerry told members of Congress in an effort to persuade them not to proceed with that new sanctions legislation that you mentioned, Secretary Kerry said this deal would be fail-safe, his word, fail-safe. Nobody who does arms control seriously uses words like that. I think that's a mark of the administration's desperation.
Ambassador John Bolton, thanks so much for sticking with us through all the breaking news this hour. Great to have you.
Thank you.
And again,